Welcome to our SST class. Today we are going to read Chapter 2, Geography Class 8, Land, Soil, Water, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife Resources. Students, in Chapter 4 we discussed about resources. What are resources? When do a source becomes a resource? Well, it's mainly depend on the usability or utility of that source. When we use or we utilize that source, it becomes a resource. So today we will learn about the land resource. Land covers about 30% of the total area of the Earth's surface. The total area of the Earth's surface, there is only 30% land. Total Earth के एरिया के सरफेस पे 30% एरिया ही लैंड है, बाकी का जो 70% है वो वाटर है. And that too, out of this 30% land area, 70% area is uninhabited. इस जो रेस्ट 30% जो पार्ट है अर्थ का जिस पर लैंड है, उसके 70% एरिया जो है वो अनहैबिटेड है. नो ह्यूमन सेटलमेंट इज फाउंड ओवर देयर. अब ऐसा क्यों है कि 70% जो एरिया है वो अनहैबिटेड है, वहां पर कोई नहीं रहता? बिकॉज ऑफ द डेंस फॉरेस्ट, डेजर्ट्स और द फ्रोजन लैंड्स which are not suitable for the humans to live at. Now these are the different features of land: desert, forest, water bodies, plains, rivers, mountains. These are the different features of land. ये सब हमें लैंड पे दिखाई देते हैं. जैसे डेजर्ट का हुआ लैंड पे, फॉरेस्ट, वाटर बॉडीज, प्लेन्स, रिवर्स, माउंटेन्स. डेजर्ट्स यू नो, रेगिस्तान, फॉरेस्ट, जंगल, वाटर बॉडीज, जितने भी रिवर्स वगैरह जो है, प्लेन्स, मैदान और माउंटेन्स, ये सारे हमें कहाँ मिलते हैं? ये सब हमें लैंड पर मिलते हैं. These are the different features of land. Now what are the land use? What are the different land use? We use land for various purposes. Land के क्या uses? Land किस काम में आती है? जो हमारी जमीन है, जो हमारी भूमि है, वो हमारे किस काम आती है? फॉर एग्रीकल्चर, खेती बाड़ी, फॉर फॉरेस्ट्री, माइनिंग, बिल्डिंग हाउसेस, रोड्स, इंडस्ट्रीज. द हाउस इन विच यू लिव, योर हाउस इज बिल्ट ऑन लैंड ओनली. So this is one of the use of the land. And a school, it is also situated on land. So again, this is the use of land. So children, I hope that you have understood about land and the uses of land. Can be classified into two categories, that is private land and community land. Now what is private land? Private land is a land that is solely owned by an individual. Children, the house in which you live is situated on a land, and that land is private land. That is your private land. Community land. Community land is a land which is owned by the community, and it is used for the community purposes, such as storing food grains or the large granaries where the grain is stored, and that granaries is also for the common purpose and it is used by the community at large. So we can say that that land is a community land. You can take the example of hospitals or other such buildings which is used by public, that is also known as community land. It is also called common property resource. Children, nowadays, due to the human activities, people are encroaching the common lands. to expand agriculture in rural areas and building housing complexes in urban areas. They are encroaching the common land, and this results in the distorting of the land, disturbing the balance of the environment, and also we see, we can understand the cultural changes are also there, and due to which there emerges serious threats of land, that is land degradation, landslide, soil erosion, desertification, which are to be controlled at any cost in order to conserve our important resource, that is a land resource. So we need to conserve this population, and the ever-growing demands of the population led to the serious threat to our land resource, because the use of the indiscriminate use of our land resource led to the serious threats like land degradation, landslide, soil erosion, desertification, etc. to our land resources. And now there is a dire need to conserve our land resource. So conservation of land resource is very important. So what are the ways in which we can conserve our land resource? The first is afforestation. Nowadays, humans indiscriminately cutting forests, and that results in deforestation. And this deforestation can be checked by afforestation. Afforestation means growing more trees so that we can conserve our forest. And if we conserve our forest, we conserve our land resource as well. The second solution is land reclamation. The land degradation is a threat, and land degradation threat can be resolved by land reclamation. Nowadays, farmers are using more pesticides, chemical pesticides and fertilizers to acquire more quantity of crops, and that is also a serious hazard of our land resource. So we must limit the use of chemical pesticides and fertilizers in order to conserve our land resource. And we need to check on overgrazing as well, because this overgrazing results the land, it turns the land into barren, and that is also a serious threat of our land resource. So we need to check on overgrazing as well. Landslide. Landslide is another serious threat to our land as a resource. Now children, what do you mean by landslide? What is landslide? Landslide is a mass movement of rock down a slope. When a big or a large piece of rock rolled down a slope, that is known as landslide, and it is very dangerous. Now why do landslide occur? It occurs due to earthquakes, floods and volcanic eruptions. Mainly in hilly areas, it occurs due to heavy rainfall. Just because of the heavy rainfall, the heavy flow of water, it rolls down the mass of rock to the surface. Because that rock, that large piece of rock, it loosens and it gets down a slope. Now there is a case study in your textbook of a Panji village in which there is a brief description of landslide. Now what are the mitigations? What are the ways to improve upon this landslide? What are the ways? The first one is hazard mapping. Due to the advancement of our technology, the geologists, they come to know about the areas which are prone to landslides, and then they instruct people not to build their houses or do any activities on such areas which are prone to landslide. The second is retention walls. Retention walls need to be constructed alongside the hilly slopes in order to check landslide. The third one is increased vegetation. Again, vegetation is important. If we increase vegetation on the hilly slopes, the soil particles of that respective slope will be combined together and thus reduce landslide. The next one is surface drainage control wall. Now this surface drainage control wall, what is the purpose, what is the measure which is being taken in such type of mitigation? It is to control the movement of landslide along with rainwater. Along with the rainwater. Well, this surface drainage control walls gives way to landslide along with the rainwater so that it may not damage humans' property. Children, after land as a resource, our next topic is soil as a resource. In this session, we'll talk about soil as a resource. Now, what do you mean by soil? What is a soil? Soil is a mixture of organic matter, minerals, gases, liquids and organisms. Basically, it's a mixture. Soil is a mixture of all such elements like organic matter, minerals, gases, liquids and organisms. Now, the second question that comes to our mind is, how does soil form? What is the procedure of the formation of soil? The soil is formed by breaking down of rocks through various physical, chemical and biological processes, and by various factors such as the sun, water, wind and living organisms. So this is the way in which soil is formed. The main thing is breaking down of rocks. That means the important ingredient, the important element of soil is rock, the parent rock. And then that rock through various physical, chemical and biological processes and by various factors such as the sun, water and wind or the living organisms, they all work together in the formation of soil. So in this manner, soil is formed. Factors of soil formation. What are the factors which is responsible for the soil formation? The first one is nature of parent rock. Whatever will be the nature of the parent rock, exactly the same will be the nature of the soil. So the important is parent rock. As I told you earlier, that rock is important for the formation of soil. So the nature of parent rock is responsible for the formation of soil. The second one is climatic factor. Climatic factor is also one of the factors of soil formation. The topography, the role of organic material. The role of the organic material is, it depends, the fertility of the soil depends on the role of organic material. And the last one is time taken for the composition of soil formation. That how much time is taken for the composition of soil formation. So this is the process and this is what soil is. Students in this session will learn about the degradation of soil and its conservative measures. So first of all, What is degradation of soil? And what are the factors that are responsible for the degradation of soil? The important factor for the degradation of soil is soil erosion and depletion. Due to such, the soil gets degraded or degradation occurs due to soil erosion and depletion. And this soil erosion and depletion occurs mainly due to the human activity, and the natural factors are also responsible. The factors which are responsible for the degradation of soil are deforestation, overgrazing, overuse of chemical fertilizers or pesticides. This we have done in the previous section. Rain wash, landslides, floods. All these are the different agents responsible for the degradation of soil. So now we'll study the conservative measures, how to conserve the soil. Children, the methods of soil conservation. Actually, all these methods for the soil conservation are to check soil erosion, because soil erosion is the major hazard of soil. It's a major hazard, it's a major danger. So the first method of soil conservation can be mulching. It stops soil erosion. How? Actually, it is a process. Mulching is a process in which bare ground between plant is covered with a layer of organic matter like straw. The layer, suppose one plant and the next plant, and then this area. This area is generally bare ground, and this ground is covered with a layer of organic matter. That's like straw. It is covered with a organic matter like straw, and this organic matter binds the particle of soil and thus stop soil erosion. Now the next method of soil conservation is contour barriers. Now what do you mean by contour barriers? These contour barriers are built in the hilly region in order to slow down the water movement. Now look, suppose this is the slope of any hilly region. Now what is contour barrier? What the farmers do, they dig a trench. They dig the trench. वो क्या करेंगे कि उस स्लोप में यहाँ पर कुछ दूरी पर ट्रेंच यानी खाइयाँ, गहरी खाइयाँ खोद देंगे या नालियाँ से खोद देंगे, जिसके कारण से जो पानी का जो मूवमेंट है वो स्लो डाउन हो जाए और सॉइल इरोजन ना हो और उनकी क्रॉप्स को नुकसान भी ना हो ड्यूरिंग हैवी रेनफॉल. So students, have you understood about the contour barriers? Slopes, what the farmers did? They dig trenches and here they grow their crops. And this is known as contour plowing. It's a plowing parallel to the contours, like here. They do the plowing and they grow their crops over here. So this is one of the methods of soil conservation. Then terrace farming. Now again, terrace farming is also a good method of soil conservation. What they did in terrace farming in the hilly region, what they did, they made terraces, a broad terraces like this, and they do their farming over here. They do their farming here. So this is the Method of terrace farming. They build large steps, and on these steps they grow their crops. The farmers grow their crops in order to save the crops from the heavy rainfall, and thus stops the soil erosion as well. Intercropping. Again, intercropping is also one of the methods of soil conservation. What is intercropping? Intercropping is the cultivation of two or more crops simultaneously. What I mean to say, suppose this is a field and farmer grows crops in a row like this. Like this, they grow their crops. Now what is intercropping? Intercropping means cultivation of two or more crops simultaneously. One crop, another crop. Then this crop, then another. Then this, then another. Likewise, they do the farming. And this is also one of the methods of soil conservation. Then contour ploughing, we have already learned about it. Now shelter wells. Shelter wells means this is also generally shelter wells are built in the desert areas or near the seashores. What they did, they generally planted trees in a row like this, in a row parallel to the field, to check the wind movement, and these trees check the wind movement. These trees check the wind movement, and this wind move due to the wind, due to the checking of the wind, the soil does not get eroded, and this is how the soil gets conservative. So children, these are the methods of soil conservation: mulching, contour barriers, rock dam, terrace farming, intercropping, contour ploughing, and shelter wells. In rock dams, a dam is built with the help of the pieces of rock in order to stop the sudden or the heavy movement of water, the heavy